And you said, what did you?
Felicia's Madcap. Felicia's Madcap. DJ Pressure. DJ Pressure, everything hot. DJ Pressure, everything hot. Pressure, pressure, pressure. DJ Pressure, everything hot. New music I play non-stop when Pressure I play exclusive I drop when Pressure I play she a shell down that beat. Can get one up fire blaze non-stop. Madcap turn up, the whole place rock. Madcap turn up, the whole place Europe, 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 Europe. Shake up the place, everybody wake up. Circle the block, create for the snake. Eagle a grip when we sit. I'm here to vibe.
Hey guys, thank y'all so much for joining me. This is your girl DJ Pressure, and I have a very special guest with me today, Miss Cookie D. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. So I'm so glad first of all, it took us a minute to get here, but we're here. So we got to give them a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. So let's talk about who you are and where you're from.
All right. Well, I'm Cookie D. I'm from a very, very, very small town called Chase City.
Give us the government name.
My government name is Lisa Tucker. I was nicknamed Cookie back when I was a teenager, and it just sort of kind of stuck to me, girl. But I'm from a small town called Chase City. It's in Mecklenburg County, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Very small town.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about where you went to school. How was it, growing up in your small town?
Well, I went to school at Chase City Elementary, and I went to Bluestone all of my middle school and my high school years. Growing up in a small town, it's not much to do. We hung out a whole lot at ballparks and basketball courts and stuff like that. And whoever was throwing a little house party or at the little VFW, we would go. But like I said, it's not a whole lot to do. So we do a whole lot of like hanging out. We hang out in parking lots or bonfires and stuff like that. It's really country here.
So would you consider yourself more of like a friendly, wild person being in the country, or more of a person that kind of stand to yourself and kind of watch everybody else?
I'm a very outgoing person. So I'm very friendly. I'm real outgoing. I love people, I love people who like to love people. If that makes sense. I like positive vibes. I don't like negative people. So when I kind of find out people are negative, I kind of like, kind of stray away from that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So growing up and attending school in your hometown, did you attend any colleges?
Yeah, I did. I went to Southside Virginia Community College.
What was your major?
I'm lab.
Okay.
Yeah, I work in the lab as a phlebotomist now. Been doing it for like 20-some years.
So you a professional sticker?
A professional sticker.
You ain't sticking me. I tell them, y'all better give me that little butterfly, that little needle with the butterfly.
That's what I use mostly. I don't really get when I get that straight needle out, they get nervous.
Yeah.
I use the butterfly on most of my patients. I'm nice.
Okay, so are you have any kids? I know you got kids. We talked about you having kids. How many kids do you have?
Yes. Me and my husband, between the two of us, we have 8.
Okay. You want to share your husband's name for us?
We the Brady Bunch. Oh, sure, yeah. His government name is Clarence Moore, but in this industry, he's called Big Tink.
Okay, so he a big guy.
He ain't no little guy. Yeah,
he's tall, probably tall. Okay. Well, I just want to know for when I get ready to explain who he is in the magazine.
I know that's right.
So let's talk about your kids. You know, what kind of characters you have in your home?
Oh my gosh. I got a drama queen. I got a Bob the Builder.
Okay.
I got a cool dude.
Laid back, don't bother nobody.
And I got a gentle giant.
Me too. I can relate on two of those. You know, the drama queen and the gentle giant. Yeah. So let's talk about when you actually start to get involved with music. At what age?
I was about 5.
Let's talk about that experience, you know, starting out at 5.
Basically singing in the choir at church. You know, I think that's where a lot of us artists start. Singing, you know, I had a regular church going grandmas, and I'm telling you, you stayed at their house on the weekend. I don't care how late you stayed up. She made everybody wake up 5-6 o'clock in the morning and get ready for church. And my grandma went to one of them churches that was all day.
Oh my God.
And they had church every night just about. Oh my gosh. So they had a youth choir. And it was me, my brother, and my 2 cousins. Sang on that youth choir. And then I had a matter of fact, it wasn't just 2 cousins. The whole choir was cousins. Now that I think about it. And the whole choir was cousins. We were all.
So y'all got a pretty big family.
Yeah. The whole choir was cousins, and we started off singing. They start you off singing one little line, so you learn how to sing solo, and then it just went from there.
I know one thing for sure. Every child that grew up in those little type of homes with the grandma that take you to church all the time, when Easter Sunday come, you got that one speech that you will never forget. Which one is it?
Talking about heroes.
Any speech that you gave on Sunday, on that Sunday for Easter.
That they made us do in church.
Yeah.
About him rising. He rose on the 3rd day. We got to sit up there and talk about he rose. And then we used to have to sing that song, He Rose.
Well, you know what? When it came to my grandma, because she was like that too, I will never forget this Easter speech because I was so nervous. And it was just one line. My grandmama woke me up. My grandma dressed me up this way to wish everyone a happy Easter day.
Oh, Lord.
And it took everything out of me to say that Easter speech, but I never forget it. But when did you actually start to like sing and on your own? Like, I understand you was in a choir, but you know, doing solos.
Round about middle school, I started getting into singing, and my mother sent me to this place down here called the Carter School of Music, and she had me taking piano lessons over there, and she had me taking voice lessons over there. And that's when I really started singing on my own, because they, of course, you know how the music schools, they do the recitals. And then we would have these recitals we would have to do, and you know, everybody who took voice would have to do a solo, and everybody who did piano would have to do a solo. So that was where I really had got a chance to start like showcasing
your talent. Yeah.
And then as I became, you know, a teenager, I started, you know, meeting different people who actually had started going to the recording, you know, to the studio to record. And my very first time going to the studio to record, I believe I was like 18. And I started singing hooks for some of the local guys that was rapping. And then I started saying, oh, you know, I like this. I'm going to start doing, you know, do my own little song. And so, you know, from that point on, you know, I started like writing hooks and stuff, singing for them. Then as I got older, I started singing with, I had 2 bands that I had sung with. This was as a grown woman, and when I was like in my 20s.
What's the name of those 2 bands?
Oh, okay. One of them was Big Ben Band and Show.
Big Ben
Big
and
Ben. It was
Big Ben
it
and
was
Show.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, rest in peace. He's no longer here, but his band was he had a nice band back in the day. He passed not too recently, but they were like the first band he was a band that I started off with, and then I it was another band. It was I started singing with them, and it was more like we would get together and like have jam sessions, you know, just in people's backyards, like
Just
somebody
kind of freestyling and having fun and stuff.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun, And so when I actually started doing studio work, I had met this rapper, his name was Top Flight, and he had a studio in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I had started going to his studio, and that's when I actually started working on my music, because I actually started off, because in my 20s I actually was doing like rap and R&B. And I had recorded a couple of songs, but I just didn't
you didn't feel like it was you.
Yeah, I put them out, but I didn't like put them out on platforms because I felt like I hadn't mastered myself yet.
Yeah. I can sense that, when you start to talk about being in the Southern soul industry and that type of music versus coming up and trying to pursue doing other music, and now you're doing Southern soul, obviously it wasn't something that you were comfortable with, so you had to kind of feel your way around and see where your vocals work best, and how your energy has to match the type of songs that you sing. So if you're not like this rah thugged out girl, trying to do rap, why are you doing rap? That's not your energy you bring. So I get it. People got to understand, when you're doing music, it's about you. It has a lot to do with your personality.
Girl, yes.
And if your personality don't match what you're doing, it ain't gonna never feel right. You're not gonna never put no love and no extra into it. So let's talk about just being. Do you feel like right now, even though you've done these 2 songs, do you feel like you're a new artist, or you're just like doing a new beginning, or what?
I feel like I'm being rebirthed right now, almost.
Rebirth, yeah.
Seriously, because like I really didn't find my true self until I was probably about 38.
Okay.
You have different awakenings and things that happen to you, and you find out, who you truly are. Because a lot of times, I think when we in our 20s and stuff, I think we so busy trying to fit in. Now I don't care if I fit in or not.
But that's what you call grown, though.
Exactly.
That's what you call grown. And Southern soul is all about being grown. We got this adult grown feeling, vibe, classy. I just posted that on my Facebook the other day. It's a different. I like working with all artists, but it's a different type of maturity with the Southern soul industry. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody is, because we do have some young people that's kind of crossing over, like especially but King George he's young, but he has an old soul. But at the same time, being grown is dope. You ain't got to worry about nothing but yourself. So my hat goes out to you with that. So let's talk about, what exactly is your target audience with your music?
I would say my target audience is I'm trying. I don't want to just try to reach women. I'm trying to reach men and women. I want everybody to be able to listen to my music and say, hey, everybody, if you grown and you mature, and to be able to listen to my music and say, hey, I understand that. I understand.
Well, that's your target That's your target audience. The grown and mature.
Grown and mature.
Yeah, grown and mature. That's your because when we go to talk about target audience, we can narrow that down to, male or female, young, older, you know, like you change it up, switch it up, grown and mature, you know. So when you create your music, you know, what kind of space do you have to be in?
What I usually do when I create it, I don't really need a quiet space or anything like that, but I take different things that affected me through my life, different experiences, and I try to make music about it because it's like an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Like every song that I have out is like really, really something that like actually happened to me, because it's like it's more therapeutic for me. This is like an outlet for me, you know. So I'll get my pen and my pad, and I'll sit and I'll just like think over my life and everything. And when I'm writing, I'll just like I'll go through YouTube, and I'll skim through like different beats that are for sale. And if it's anything I like, I'll just sit there and I'll meditate on it. I'll meditate on it. Or if I get upset about something, I'll take my pen and my pad and I'll sit and I'll try to come up with something catchy as to what just happened to me.
Mm.
That's how I come up with a whole lot of stuff. Like a lot of like the song Sweet Peter Jeter, that song really started out as a whole joke.
Sweet Peter Jeter.
Yeah, like and I'll take stuff like that and I'll go off of it. Any hurt that I ever had. Like Do What You Like. That was a whole situation that really, really happened, you know, with the ex of mine. So it's just it's it's therapeutic for me.
Well, we're going to take a break and actually take a look into one of your songs here and let you guys get a taste of Miss Cookie D in her music. Let's see. Miss Cookie D. I'm going to play it from the beginning. Okay, Toxic Baby. Let's talk about Toxic Baby. What kind of space were you in when you came up with Toxic Baby? Like, what triggered that song?
Well, you gonna laugh, but
I'm already laughing just because you said it.
Toxic is Toxic Crazy. Toxic Crazy is actually something that me and my husband came up with. It's really about.
I said Toxic Baby. It's Toxic Crazy.
Yeah, Toxic Crazy.
Okay.
It's really about us.
Okay. Now, how just a little bit. How toxic are y'all?
Toxic as hell.
So let me ask you a question, because I always wondered how relationships work when it comes down to one person being in the music industry and having to make videos that can come across sexual and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm pretty sure that's not your husband in the video, right?
No, that's not my husband. He keeps a low profile. He actually does a lot of my writing for me, and he keeps a low profile. And I told him I'm gonna bring him out the limelight because he's actually considering writing for other artists soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very professional, and you know he's a major part of me getting out there. Yeah, he's
your support system.
Yeah.
Along with your husband and your kids being your support system, who else is supporting Cookie D?
Okay, I've got Hippo Soul Entertainment. They are behind me all the way. Like I said, my whole family. I don't really have a whole lot of big supporters right now, but Hippo Soul supports me all the day. I got a lot of support from several DJs. It's too many to name. I don't want to not name somebody and but right now DJs, I've got DJs, I've got friends, family, couple of promoters,
So you actively have a manager, correct?
No,
I
don't.
Okay, I kind of figured that because I noticed that you do a lot of your own leg work.
Yeah, so I do. I don't
is it more complicated not having a manager?
I would say yes, it is. Because trying to balance everything out, work, school, home, I would say it is. It is. Trying to balance everything out it gets, hard. Like I was running around like I was crazy today, just trying to get ready for this. Then I have an event tonight, so it's like it is because
let's talk about your. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Having a manager, it kind of takes some of that weight off of you, to have somebody doing all of that for you, and then they come in, so it does take weight off.
Okay, so when you're talking about your events and those type of things, who's actually doing the promoting besides maybe yourself and your husband?
Right now it's just me and my husband. Okay. That's why you see. That's why I'm constantly sharing, posting as much as I can. Right now it's just me and my husband.
Okay, what event do you have going on tonight?
Oh, there is I'm got a birthday bash tonight. I'm gonna be in attendance. I'm gonna be in attendance and be in the house. Shout out to DJ Dirty Money. His birthday party is tonight at the Crab House tonight, 7:00 tonight.
At the Crab House, yeah.
At the Crab House, Petersburg, Virginia. It's gonna be great. He's got several DJs coming. He's got an artist coming from Mississippi. Yeah, so shout out to everybody I'm gonna see tonight. I believe he's got Miss Lady Red Top gonna be in there tonight. Shout out to her because I'm gonna be in the building too.
That's another young lady that we need to get on here to do an interview. She's hard to reach. But let's talk about you. Who were your major influences coming up in the music industry?
Major influences. Man. Well, when I was one of my major ones, I always loved Shaka. I always loved Shaka Khan. Um, I always loved the Prince and how versatile he was. How he's like,
it's his confidence for me.
It's he's like everything.
Yeah.
I cannot leave out Whitney.
Oh no.
My vocal training, the lady who trained me back when I was a teenager, that's all she had me doing was Whitney, between Whitney and Mariah Carey constantly, more so Whitney with me.
What people can't take away from them is that Whitney was pretty. She had a strong voice. She was very blunt. She didn't hide who she was. And she was still confident in who she was. With Prince, he was pretty much blunt too. All of the strong influences, they were themselves. And they didn't care whether if you like their music or not. They did what made them happy.
Yeah, with me coming up, in the 90s, just about any and everybody, just about all those 90s groups, through TLC, Total, Aaliyah.
So are you still an R. Kelly fan?
Yeah. yeah. And from me being from Virginia, Missy Elliott. Oh man, that was, she was somebody that major that I looked up to. That's, all of those different artists. But I always loved Shaka, and I was vocally trained off Whitney. Of course, I don't sound like Whitney, but when they're training you, they use, they
to see where your voice,
a lot. For an example, my music teacher used to use her for a lot and show me videos of her, and so see how she, teaching you to breathe and all that stuff. So
at that point, people got to understand, they're trying to elevate your voice. They're trying to push you out of your comfort zone. Yeah. So, and we already talked about pretty much the interest, which was 5 years old when you started, taking a like into music. And let's see here. What experience do you feel like you have in music besides the choir and besides what you've done as a teenager? What other experience as an adult have you done in the music industry that you feel like needs some attention right now?
Well, I feel like I need to get out there some more so I could actually start doing more shows and people can start actually getting to know Cookie D.
Have you done some shows already that have not been mentioned?
I have done some shows that.
So that's what I'm getting at. Let's talk about those shows that you've done.
I did Blues in the Park in Alabama. That's a
what year was that?
Major show last summer.
That's a
big one. Mr. Iceberg Slim, I thank him for that opportunity. He gave me an opportunity to come all the way from Virginia and showcase my talent, and I thank him for that because I was able to be on the same stage with a couple of people. With some of the other Southern Soul artists that that I had been seeing on social media and everything, and meeting them. That was about the biggest experience that I had so far. But it's coming. It's coming. I'm stepping out on faith. It's coming.
So would you say right now, at this point in your life, that you feel like you're knowledgeable of the music industry and the changes that's taking effect in the music industry?
Yeah, I'm knowledgeable, but I'm not going to say that I know everything because I'm humble enough to know that I don't know everything and I'm still learning. Me and my husband are still learning together. That's why, and that's what we're doing. Just trying to build a team of people that are more knowledgeable than us and that can be strong with us and show us the ropes and be strong with us. because I've had people say, girl, you got, I've had people come to me and say, girl, you got the talent, It's that's my journey now, is learning more and getting out there. That's my journey.
So how would you explain your work ethic right now? Even though those are the steps that you need to take, what is your work ethic like right now?
Right now, I'm focused. Okay.
So you feel like you're hitting the ground and you're running right now, like you're doing all you need to do. Okay, that's always a good thing, because if you feel like you need to do those things and you're not taking any action, then you might as well just sit back, because
you're right.
So what exactly are your goals?
My goals basically is just to put out good music that everybody can relate to and touch people. It's not even about, it's about it. I just want to touch people with my music. It's not even about, just trying to be the biggest and the best. I like when I have a lady come up to me, like I had a lady come up to me and she said, oh my God, my grandmother plays that song all the time. And then I have another lady that comes up that came up to me. She said, every time I get mad at my man, I put on that song, Do What You Like. And I look at him and I tell him, do what you like. That's fulfillment for me.
Oh, yeah, I bet it is.
That's the fulfillment for me, just having somebody like my stuff, but my eventually I would love to start not only writing from myself and putting out, I would like to start working with other artists eventually, maybe writing for some other artists that, but that's the goal, to at least get recognized, as, hey, Cookie D, she's a good artist.
Well, and you have this other song that you have, it's called Done, right?
Which song, which song, hun?
What's your second song? The second song that you...
I have Do What You Like, and then I have Toxic Crazy. I have Stepping Out on You.
Okay. Because what I have here is a song called Done, or it says Cookie Promo Done. Let's see what this is.
Oh, that's a promo for Stepping Out. It's just a promo for Stepping Out on You.
Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get that played here.
Yeah, it's a promo for Stepping Out.
Get ready, because now it's the brand new smash single by Miss Cookie D, Stepping Out on You.
Step out on you.
DJs, if you don't have this one, you're missing out. It's the hot new smash single by Cookie D, Stepping Out on You. Got the dance floors going crazy. So get yours today, available on all platforms. Miss Cookie D, Stepping Out on You. The dance floor smash that'll leave you on your floor smoking.
Okay, so those were the two that I did receive. Unfortunately, let's see here. Yeah. Do you have others on YouTube right now that you would like to show?
I have other songs that you could play, yes. On YouTube, yes.
Let's see here. Because what we want to do is make sure we get all your music recognized here.
I have Pony Ride as well. That is another one. That's my tribute to the trail riders.
Pony Ride.
Uh-huh.
Do What You Like is right here. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Can you see that? Can you hear that?
I can't.
Okay, for some reason, I think that's just YouTube itself. Okay, so I guess we're not just going to worry about that. A lot of the times I want to focus on getting the actual MP3 or MP4 sent to me so that I could be able to play it during the interview. Unfortunately, yeah, we had a lot of technical difficulties, so we had to kind of wing it. And it was Miss Cookie needing to get where some Wi-Fi is. It's okay. We're going to get through it. If y'all want to look at her videos, y'all can go on YouTube. Miss Cookie D named all her songs. You can actually go look those up. Miss Cookie D, now, when we talk about your music and we talked about your support system, what do you think you bring different to the table than most artists?
Well, what do I think I bring more to this? What do I think I bring to the table? Well, one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give confidence to women, especially plus size women, because as you can see, I'm a plus size woman.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to teach people to be happy with their selves, and which is a journey that I really had to go through. Getting back to being happy with myself, being confident, and no matter what kind of complexion you are, what kind of body style that you have, just being confident. I try to always remain humble. I don't look down on anybody. That's because I know just like he gave it to me, he can take it away like that.
A lot of people need to remember that.
Yeah.
I like what you just said, because it's a lot of people in the music industry that feel like just because God has allowed them to get into a certain space in life that they can't fall back off, and they treat people with so much disrespect.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah. And that's one thing, that's one thing that's nasty about the industry, and I'm not going to hold my tongue on that, but there is a lot of nice nastiness that goes on in this industry. It's like, I've never been the type that doesn't want to be on the same stage with somebody that just because I don't like them or like their music.
Right.
I feel like it's room for all of us to win.
But also they gotta also understand remember what it felt like when they were coming up.
Yeah.
You just didn't jump to the top. You can beat that over people's head with a stick, they still ain't gonna get it. There's some pros about Southern Soul and there's some cons. I'm just gonna be honest. Just like you deal with the grandma that like things her way and don't want to deal with certain neighbors, it's like that in music. They like stuff a certain way and they don't want to deal with certain artists, and it's just like treat everybody with respect.
Yeah. And I've run across that. I mean, just starting out, I've run across that. People will even, and I've noticed that in this industry, they'll go out of their way to tell you, oh, don't work with that person. Don't worry, oh, that person hard to work with, or don't bother with them, or this, that, and the third. And they're quick to do that in this industry instead of like getting to know somebody for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the downfall of it.
And so do you consider yourself very competitive?
I don't consider myself very competitive. I'm me, and everybody's their own person. So I feel like there shouldn't be any need to compete when everybody's in their own lane.
Right. There's some good things about being competitive, and there's also, like we was talking about the pros and cons. The good things are that you're hungry, you're not just waiting on things to come to you, but you're actually fighting to get to the top for yourself. And you're not trying to knock nobody else down, but you do want to work your way up and give it your best shot, right? So the cons is just, I'm gonna be honest, being a bitch in the business, and it's being snobby and not really wanting to like you said, work with others, but because you think you the best.
Yeah.
So we talked about, your team, you working on building a team and working on getting a manager. What are some steps actually are you taking to pursue getting a manager?
You still there? Right now, can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know what just happened, but right now I'm just right now I'm just kind of weighing out my options. I have like several different people I'm talking to. I'm just, like I said, I'm just being real careful. Because I see so much drama in the Southern soul industry. It's almost like it's almost like you're kind of scared to.
Do you think that when it comes to the pay schedule and performing and doing events, that it's a fair schedule for artists? Like when being booked for a show?
Well, I'm gonna say I know that it's not, because I've seen it. I've seen one artist get paid one certain thing and another artist get paid, something different. But I guess that sort of comes with how many chairs you can fill.
Yeah, it does, but I kind of look at it a little different based off the fact that if y'all doing like a group event, it should be broken down to, everybody should gain, something.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't be, I paid you this amount to go do a community event, that if we do a major event, you're going to get paid the same amount. Because I don't know, and they got their rules for a reason. That's why I don't do that. I don't do it. But at the same time, I do feel like if it's a bigger event, there should be a bigger pay, especially if you invited me to perform. You get what I'm saying? I do think that in this industry, a lot of things are screwed up, even when you book a DJ, and if they don't get to, you can book them 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out. And if you decide to cancel that date, your deposit is non-refundable. Where they do that at? So you know what I did? I made my fees non-refundable. You got to get with the program with these people. You got to now operate the way they operate, which may not match up to your morals, but you got to get like them so that they don't beat you. That's crazy, so it's crazy working in this industry. I'm just saying. Everybody is connected, from the DJs to the promoters to the managers to the, everybody, the artists. We all connected. And some people may look at me like, oh, you just a host, or you just a podcaster, and this, that, and the third. This is an artist. Well, guess what? I'm just as important as that artist or that manager, whatever, because we all have a job to do.
Yeah,
we all have a job to do, but it is, like you said, some lightweight shade and disrespect. But the focus is to keep it on yourself, keep pushing, keep doing what you do best. Don't let people's attitude. I had a friend of mine hit me a few days ago, and was yesterday, and said, hey, you got to remember what you're doing. You can't let these people get to you. And sometimes as a woman, because we are emotional, we can't let it affect us. We can't kind of tap out, and forget that we on a mission here. So
yeah, and it's true, and it happens, because I've had my days, and you can ask my husband, where I just wanted to tap out, and he's like, if you don't get your what on that stage, I've had days, where I just got tired of it and just wanted to tap out because, you know, I didn't receive a phone call or, you know, and it's happened where, you know, I've had a promoter say, well, I'm gonna put you on this show, da, 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 and they'll get my information and then they won't call. So it happens, and it discourages you and makes you want to tap out, you know.
What are some things that you're doing actively in your community?
Well, I'm involved with with the community theater here. We've got a theater here in the town I live in, the Colonial Theater, and we do productions there. And we just made history there. Did the first ever Black production at that theater. So we just made history there. We did the Delaney sisters. My mother actually directed it, and I participated in it, and I ended up singing in that show, and it was a huge success.
Delaney sisters. So who were you acting as?
I was not one of the actors. I closed out the program actually.
Okay.
I ended up I closed out the program with Change Gonna Come, and I was helping as far as being a backstage manager, helping her with that production. We had two ladies who the show only calls for 2 actors. And we had 2 ladies. It's actually a true story. It's based on 2 African American women who lived to be well in their hundreds, and they sit and they basically talk about the racism and the different things that they experienced throughout their life. Yeah. So it was as far as not only do I do, you know, the music, I'm very so much into stage plays and musicals, and that's another goal of mine. I want to eventually see if I can eventually get casted in a musical. One of my biggest dreams was to be in actually one of Tyler Perry's stage plays. That was one of the biggest dreams.
Speaking of that, did you not see the young lady that I interviewed last week, Jessica Banks? Jessica Banks has a play. I call her the female Tyler Perry because she has Diaries of a Female Player. And she actually just posted on Facebook maybe about 2 days ago that she was working on a play in Philadelphia for a church that was supposed to be like a major play, and they were looking for some people to actually be the characters. So maybe if that's something that's, you know, if you don't mind traveling and there's something you want to do, if I were you, I would shoot that way because she's doing some major things. Like, she's connected to some major people, and she's dope. So maybe I'll try to make that connection. Well, not maybe, I will, because I like seeing my sisters grow. But also, yeah, because like I told her, I was like, girl, if I could travel, I would right now. Like, and like actually take time out and do that, I would. And I'm actually thinking about it because it was one character she has called Veronica, like I'm really interested in. So, but it's all about who you know. And sometimes a lot of people don't understand that they may tap into these interviews and then they may tap out, but then you miss out on the important parts. These people got a lot of dope things going on with them. They're connected to a lot of people that may be just the olive branch that you need to get to where you need to go in life, you know. So sometimes podcasting and watching them is good. It's a lot of information. So
yeah, and that's what I need, the olive branch, girl.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
I would make sure I connect you guys in case you're willing to travel and actually be some assistance to the theater, because you got to understand, Philadelphia, like, they doing some big things. Also in Atlanta, you know, and that would be dope for you. So is there anything else you would like to add? You know, how they can follow you, all those great things.
Yes. I am on Facebook as Yafa Kafira Moore, but you can check out my music page. It's Cookie Space D. I should pop right up. You can pull me up on YouTube. It's Ms. Cookie D. It's MZZ COOKIED. My email is cookie and tink123 at hotmail.com. It's all ran together just like that. You can catch me on Instagram under Cookie D. Follow my TikTok is Ms. Cookie D on TikTok. Send me a friend request, send me an email, send me a message. I'm willing to work. That's basically what I'm looking for. The Olive Branch. Please check out my music. I have Pony Ride by Ms. Cookie D, Stepping Out on You, Do What You Like, Toxic Crazy, Down South Party, and Old Thing Back.
Well, you guys, I want to apologize for a few of the comments that I missed, but we definitely got those into the interview. Miss Summer is a great woman to meet as well. She does a lot of promoting as well. She's a publicist, and so, but like I said, there's a lot of great people that come through. We just have to pay attention to them. And so now that we got that out, is there a great message you would like to leave for anyone, for everybody that's watching?
Yes. Love each other, you guys. Love each other. I don't know if y'all are watching the news and paying attention to this crazy world we living in. See, sometimes I don't, like to make it all about me. Protect your peace. Love one another, and erase all negativity out your life. Cut them off no matter who they are, because I'm in that process and I'm growing. And love yourself and just know that you are the bomb.
I want to add to that, mothers, fathers, however, if you're a single parent, and even if you are, co-parenting or in the same household, remember, kids do not have to always come first. I'm going to be honest. You got to take care of you. I just told my kids yesterday, I am taking care of me. Y'all are old enough to go to the refrigerator. You old enough to take a bath. You old enough to go to bed. I'm going to take care of me. Common sense now. Yes, we are there to guide them, but do not neglect yourself because you have kids. That's all I got to say.
Girl, let me tell you, I just had the same. I told you when you called me earlier, I had mama boot camp going on.
Yeah, that's how it is in my household.
We have to, because if we're not mentally clear, and if we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't take care of them.
Right.
We can't take care of them. I have cut off so many people within this last year because it was like the crab in the bucket effect. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I should be a benefit to your life just like you should be a benefit to mine. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Kids nowadays, my kids don't understand, and I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna let it go, but because this will turn into a whole nother podcast. But my kids,
real, girl, don't get me started.
Listen, my kids, I just told them, I said, look, I'm the best thing y'all ever got, because nobody gonna love y'all the way I love y'all.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna break their back. Rain, sleet, or snow, hospital, barely making it out the bed, anything. Mama's there. So y'all got to be grateful. But I am going to give you a little taste of what I got when I was a child. I'm going to smack you up a little bit, a whole lot. I'm going to give you that switch. I'm going to give you, listen, you better, call DHS you want to. You going to take care of? Because I bet you one thing you can't say. They got dirt. They ain't got no clean clothes. They ain't got a roof over their head. They ain't safe. They ain't, getting to school. These kids are loved.
Yeah.
And tough love is the best love.
The best love.
And then, the last part is that when y'all complain about how they getting treated and then they go to school and they showing out on y'all, then who you calling? Case closed. Well, Miss Cookie D, it was a great interview.
It was.
Any mama boot camp is the best boot camp. You know, never feel like you're doing too much, because when they hit that flow in the morning, mama got to feel comfortable and safe in her own house. And and they got to do what they got to do to make sure if you out there singing and swinging and writing and jotting and husband supporting, they got to do their part. They got to be like little Santa Claus mini workers up in that sucker. You get what I'm saying? Now that's the mama part of me coming out. Girl, you have a good day. Thank you so much for being a part of Felicia's Madcap Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we love y'all.
Felicia's Madcap. Felicia's Madcap. DJ Pressure. DJ Pressure, everything hot. DJ Pressure, everything hot. Pressure, pressure, pressure. DJ